Nation of Fitin10, welcome to day 17. And your second scan is going to be coming up next week. So I'll put up the calendar this week for you to book. So make sure you book in for your second upcoming scan. And we will we'll evaluate you and see how you are improving, at least body composition wise. All right, question here. Getting back into exercising each morning, the pain from sciatica is still significant, so I've been walking. It feels better after I move, but I'm nervous to ramp up to cardio or lifting. So my suggestion here is don't ramp up, just make a small change. So with your walking, let's keep your walking going and maybe add in some spurts, just a couple spurts, let's say three or four short spurts of fast-paced walking. If you're already fast-paced walking, add in a couple spurts of very slow jogging. Make a small change, don't change anything else, and just keep it at that. All right? Always be methodical with, anytime you're trying to, especially, you're trying to either pinpoint a problem or you're afraid of making a certain change to upset whatever system you have currently going. Just make a small change, make one change, and then see what happens. That way you can pinpoint exactly what the culprit is, if in fact there is a culprit, right? If in fact your sciatica gets reinflamed, it's probably due to the fact that we made that small change to your cardio. Go back to just walking, okay? All right, I'm gonna talk today about the benefits of carbohydrate consumption because everybody thinks that eating lower carbohydrates is better for body composition. And the truth of the matter is it's really about getting a happy medium amount of calories at the end of the day. Now, not all calories are created equal. We've talked about, obviously the thermic effect with protein and with carbohydrates and fat, right? The amount of energy it takes to digest those foods. So just that alone is not going to be the same. Also, the role that a carbohydrate has in the body versus protein or a fat for that matter, they're all different. But in terms of overall energy, this is what we really care about when it comes to our total body composition. Carbohydrates, they often get touted as the evil thing to have, but there are some reasons why you'd want to have them and some reasons even just for keeping up fat loss. And of course, one of those reasons, and I'll go through about, what do I have here? About 8 reasons. So 8 reasons why. I don't want to say we need dietary carbohydrates because we don't. We don't actually need them in our diet. But 8 reasons why we might want to keep them in, okay? Or eat 8 reasons why you want to, or I should say 8 reasons why it's advantageous to keep them in your diet, all right? So number 1 here, thyroid health. What we typically see with people on lower carbohydrate diets, especially over time, is their thyroid levels go down. Your thyroid is a master regulator for your metabolism. So it is in your interest to keep some carbohydrates in there, all right? Now, we will see a reduction in thyroid health in general if we go on a very low calorie diet. But in particular, it seems the real culprit seems to be low carbohydrates. So we want a healthy thyroid, we want to keep some carbohydrates in the diet. Number 2, carbohydrates are protein sparing. They are the most readily accessible form of energy when your body needs energy. Carbohydrates are the easiest form of glucose. That is our preferred source of energy. Carbohydrates in and of themselves are the easiest to raise blood glucose levels. Many carbohydrates are just glucose themselves, or they're very close to being glucose. And so this is going to have a very strong protein sparing effect. And then protein can do its job in terms of helping us recover and build muscle and all that kind of good stuff. Recover from injury, assist with all the building of our regular tissues of our body, which are going through regular remodeling all the time. So having some carbohydrates in there will allow protein to do its job, okay? You guys talked about soreness, all right? We need to make sure we get enough protein. We got to make sure that enough protein is available to do its job. In order to have enough protein available to do its job, we have to have enough protein in the diet and we have to have enough energy sources. so that protein doesn't get used for energy, right? All right, I'm at 5 minutes. I'm gonna go right to the message of the day, and we'll get to the other 6 reasons why carbohydrates are important or advantageous to have in your diet. And today's message of the day on this day 17 is, this is you versus you. Focus on yourself. You might see someone out there who you believe, and I'm going to say believe, and I'm going to strongly emphasize believe, is at a more genetic advantage relative to you when it comes to change your body composition or whatever. Okay, and this may be true or it may not be true. You don't live with the person, you don't know exactly what they do. But I want to remind you that the only way that you can change something is to be able to take as much control as you can. And in order to take control, you've really got to look at what you are doing. You've got to look at what you can be responsible for, and then work on trying to perfect, or maybe let's say maximize those areas so that they work for you the best. Don't focus on external things that you have no control over. And even if you did, it won't change your situation, right? So you've got to focus on the stuff that's going to help you. This is you versus you. It's not you versus anybody else. It's you versus you. So let's focus on all the things that can help us. And always ask yourself that, is what I'm putting my focus on helping me? All right? Or those around me that I'm trying to help. Okay? But ultimately, when we're talking about this challenge, we're talking about you versus you, right? So focus in on yourself, and again, take responsibility as much as you can. This is the easiest way to solve your problems, taking personal responsibility. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys.